On to the the ever expanding and big pockets Chelsea. Chelsea, where do we see them, Baron? And try and keep this short.
So last year, I think they exceeded expectations with their Champions League finish, and obviously Lampard in his first season finished in the FA Cup final too. So did a great job, and obviously in the transfer market, I think they've done the best job out of all the teams in the Premier League. They've signed ready-made players, some of which I think are arguably world class already, and I think that obviously a central defender. They signed Malang Sarr. Don't know much about him.
I'm hearing.
But isn't he loaned back?
Exactly. He's
going to be loaned. Yeah.
Straight back out on loan, but they did get Thiago Silva, right?
Yeah, they got Thiago Silva. I still think that they probably can do with another centre back. But I mean, it's not high on the agenda as much as they need like a goalkeeper at the moment. They haven't.
Yeah.
they haven't. They've been linked with so many goalkeepers, but they've just kept with Kepa at the moment, and I think that's they need to do something about that.
Yeah, well, I think Kepa will be number 2, right? I think Willy Caballero is a better goalkeeper. Is he good enough to be number 1?
He's been released, right? I thought he was being released.
No, he hasn't been released. But I don't think he's a type of goalkeeper that's gonna, he's a second choice, definitely. Yeah. I think that they could do with a Nick Pope. They've been linked with all these keepers and nothing's kind of sufficed. So it is worrying.
Sorry, I keep getting Caballero mixed with Bravo at Man City. He was
yeah. So
two baldies. Wow.
So go on then. Well, I gotta hear this. Sorry. I gotta hear Baron's prediction for Chelsea this season.
So I think Chelsea will finish second. It's going to be a very close. A very close title fight with Man City. However, we'll talk about them later. But I think it's Chelsea will finish second at the end. Yes.
Second.
Okay. Go on. Take it away, Tank.
Well, yeah, I think that's a bit optimistic to say the least. Chelsea, only one team in the top 10 lost more games than them last season, and that was 10th place, Burnley. All of the top 10 had a better defensive record, conceded less goals than Chelsea last season. That's why I was very confident Arsenal were going to get the FA Cup final win. Frank Lampard, overachieved in terms of position, getting in the Champions League, huge. It was the lowest points total of a 4th place team in, I think, 23 years. So
it was also the same amount of points as third, right? Because they both had 66, right?
Right. Okay. So yeah, pretty bad. But pretty good as well. Like for a manager who had a transfer ban, hadn't managed in the Premier League before, very average squad. You have to say, I would say he overachieved. Obviously got them to the cup final, like Baron said. They spent £223 million already this year. So it's going to be interesting. Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, Thiago Silva, any more, Baron? You said Sarr. They've
Chilwell.
Really been, Chilwell. They really have strengthened. They are good players. Other than Chilwell, I think they're all from the Bundesliga, Netherlands, even France is not the best league. So, not exactly the proven world-class players that you're looking for, but definitely players with potential. It's a bit of a lottery, right? Some of them might click, some of them might not. I still think it's a good thing that Abramovich has gone and spent all that money, and this time I think you're getting players at probably at least maybe 2/3 of the price you would normally have to pay for them. So he's definitely got some discount.
Yeah.
So he's done well on there, except Man City, like we said, we'll come to them later. But I think they'll do all right next season as well. But I am predicting that they won't get in the Champions League. I'm predicting 5th place for Chelsea.
Wow.
Interesting. I'm interested to see your...
The main reason just being, I think, too many new players trying to bet in too soon. It really depends on Lampard if he's shrewd. But if I was him, I wouldn't be looking to play the majority of those players as regulars until the second half of the season. So just betting them in the first half of the season. I think it could be too much of a shake-up in one go otherwise.
Okay, interesting. I'm interested to see your predicted table. I think we'll have some quite similar ones. So Frank Lampard, again, just what you guys what you sort of touched upon. I think he's overachieved. I think he's shown an impressive sort of debut season in the Premier League. He was getting a lot of plaudits for bringing in the youth and a lot of press conferences there and saying that, you know, Chelsea's got the best academy in the country. I'm very, very interested now. He's got the funds to go and buy, you know, world-class players or potential of world-class players, how much time and patience he's going to have for the youth. People like Hudson-Odoi, people like Abraham, Mount. I've got a feeling that he's going to have no patience for them, and they'll have a lot more pressure with the 200 and odd million he spent to produce. So I think he'll lose his identity. I think the pressure will get to him, and ultimately I think they'll finish outside the top four as well, with them finishing fifth. And I think there could be a possibility, if that does happen, he'll get fired next year. You know, Chelsea are renowned for their sort of carousel of managers. So I would like to see it happen.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was just going to say the only thing that I would say to that is I think the reason he's been back so strongly is just because Abramovich has a very close relationship with him personally. So I don't think Abramovich seemed to have given up on Chelsea. We haven't seen this kind of money from him for a very long time. Obviously, there was the transfer ban, but even before that, been selling their best players like Hazard and not really replacing them, you know, or replacing them with players like Pulisic, who did actually prove to be a very good signing, but, you know, for a fraction of the price from the Bundesliga, who wasn't even playing for Dortmund really too much. So,
they've got some cracking deals with some of the players, especially Werner. I mean, and Ziyech, I think they got some good deals there. Chilwell and what's his name, Havertz.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure, but again, that's a lot of new players, a lot of players that you need to build chemistry and get around. I just don't think that they've strengthened enough in the right areas. As you said right there, I think they were tied 12th with the most goals conceded in the league last year. But I think they'll finish fifth and nowhere near challenging for the title.
Thank you.